Greetings. I think I'm live. If you're catching the replay, please hit the like button. If you could hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Greetings. So I am live. There's my notification that I'm live, and I appreciate everyone coming in. I want to talk about in this video what Bishop Carlton means to me. Most of you know that Bishop Carlton is battling with the illness, and he is transitioning. So we're gonna talk about that more and get information on that directly from his family, on that. But I want to talk about Bishop Carlton and who he is, and not only who he is, but who he is to me. So let's first talk about, for those few people who may not know who Bishop Carlton Pearson is. Let's go back to the beginning. So Bishop Carlton Pearson, he was born in Los Angeles, California. I'm trying to go by memory here, y'all. And I'm trying to remember when. I guess I should have looked it up. Let me just look it up, and then I can give you direct information. Give me just a second. I should have looked. I was going to go by memory, but for some reason I just had a brain freeze on, and I know why. But we're gonna just look it up. Greetings to everyone that's coming in. Hello. All right. So his name is Carlton Demetrius Pearson. He was born March 19th, 1953. And I'm pretty sure that he was born in San Diego. He was born in San Diego, California. He's both a minister and a singer. He was married to Gina. I think her last name is Gauthier. But they divorced, I think, somewhere around in 2019. Hey, T. Tricia, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it. And then now just to briefly talk about his career. Or his ministry career, whichever way you want to put it. So he went to the University of Tulsa, that's in Oklahoma, where he was mentored by Oral Roberts. Y'all remember Oral Roberts? Very well known TV evangelist. He sang with the World Action Singers, later becoming an associate evangelist with the Oral Roberts Evangelistic Association. He was licensed and ordained in the Church of God in Christ. So he is Kojic. Was Kojic. He was licensed and ordained there. I think he later left the church. I don't know whether once you're Kojic, always Kojic, but that's where he was ordained, under the Kojic Church. In 1981, Carlton Pearson formed his own church, Higher Dimensions Evangelistic Center, which became one of the largest churches in Tulsa, Oklahoma, along with Dr. Frederick K.C. Price. He was at one time they were the only two African American ministers to host a weekly national television preaching show, reaching hundreds and thousands to millions of people weekly, and has been credited as being one of the first black ministers to hold major conferences in arenas and stadiums across the country. So we know the Jamal Bryant's, we know the T.D. Jakes, we know the Juanita Bynums, those people. But the two who were first was the late Dr. Frederick K.C. Price and Bishop Carlton Pearson. During the 1990s, Carlton Pearson's church grew to an average weekly attendance of over 6,000. On the opening night of his annual Azusa conference in 1996, Pearson was ordained a bishop and then consecrated on the opening night of Azusa 1997. So y'all know that the turn in his ministry and his career was when he made the announcement that he doubted the existence of hell. He stated publicly that he doubted the existence of hell as a place of eternal torment. He said that hell is created on earth by human behavior. It's, in other words, our hell is here on earth. Hey, Ray Black, thank you for coming in, moderator. I appreciate you. And how that came about, there was a movie, and hopefully maybe they'll show the movie again. There was a movie showing, most of what I'm talking about concerning his change. It was after watching a television program about the wretched conditions of people suffering and dying in 1994, genocide in Rwanda, and considering the teachings of his church that non-Christians were going to hell. So he was watching this television program, and it was about genocide, and it was saying that non-Christian, and then he started thinking about the teachings that he grew up with, what he was taught when he was in school, what he was taught, even growing in the ministry up to bishop, that non-Christians were going to hell. Pearson believed that he had received an epiphany from God. He stated publicly that he doubted the existence of hell as a place of eternal torment, as I just read before. In February, In February 2002, Pearson lost a primary election for the office of mayor in Tulsa. By then, Pearson had begun to call his doctrine a variation of universal reconciliation. Universal reconciliation, the gospel and inclusion, and many of his congregations began to leave. So when he was honest about where he was in his faith, people began to leave the congregation. In March 2004, after hearing Pearson's argument for inclusion, the Joint College of African American Pentecostal Bishops concluded that such teachings was heresy. Declared heresy by his peers, Pearson rapidly began to lose his influence in the evangelical fundamental church. Members at Higher Dimensions Family Church fell below 1,000, and the church lost its building to foreclosure in January 2006. The church members began meeting at Trinity Episcopalian Church on Sunday afternoons as the renamed New Dimensions Worship Center. The Higher Dimensions Worship Center in November 2006, Pearson was accepted as a United Church of Christ minister. In June 2008, then renamed New Dimensions Worship Center, moved its services to All Souls Unitarian Church in Tulsa. On September 7, 2008, Pearson held his final service for the New Dimensions Worship Center, and it was absorbed into All Souls Unitarian Church. In May 2009, Pearson was named the interim minister of Christ Universal Temple, a large New Thought congregation in Chicago, Illinois. And I think he was reassigned somewhere else in 2011. And y'all can let me know in the chat after he went to Christ Temple, where did he go after that? But it's something that always, one of my most favorite things that he said more recently. I want to share that with y'all. I have it on my TikTok, I have it on my Facebook page and my YouTube, but I want to share it with y'all today, something that he said recently. Hey, John Britt, thank you for coming in.
Out sin God's grace. The more you sin, the more there's grace. Some of y'all say, well, now you just giving people license to sin. Y'all sinning without license. You didn't take no class and get ordained to sin. Sin is just an inappropriate response to a legitimate need. Consciousness away. Me in with this one last thing that'll make some of you uncomfortable. You'll never really know that you're free from sin till you actually know that you're free to sin and still be loved by God and redeemed by Christ. For where sin abounds, grace abounds all the more. You can't out-sin God's grace. The more you sin, the more there's grace. Some of y'all saying, well, now you just giving people license to sin. Y'all sinning without license. You didn't take no class and get ordained to sin. Sin is just an inappropriate response to a legitimate need. Consciousness away.
So he says sin is an inappropriate response to a
One
legitimate
last thing that'll make some of you
need. That's one of the things that he shared in one of his videos a while ago that has always stuck with me. Make sure if I can go to the next thing here. It's gonna make me play it all the way up. So these are some of just a few of his teachings over the years. Sin or a sign, sin consciousness and self and soul awareness. One thing about when you listening to Bishop Carlton Pearson, you really you have to go back and listen to it a couple of times because he is a very intelligent man, and sometimes he can be real. His intelligence, in other words, is over my head. So sometimes it takes me a little time to keep up, catch on, stop, look up stuff. But these are some. He's got so many teachings on YouTube, Instagram. That's where I usually watch them, on Instagram, Facebook. So if you wanted to go back and check those out. So the gospel inclusion, a person who spends every day, and this is just something, I think this was written by Carlton Pearson himself. So it says, a person who spends every day getting drunk will ruin their health, marriage, family, and career. They will make their lives a living hell. But that still falls far short of a chronic alcoholic being condemned by a just God to literally burn in hell forever and ever. For others, it may very well be that the punishment merited by the sins is greater than what they receive in the life. For those people, perhaps there will be some kind of punishment after death, but we believe that it will be remedial and corrective rather than just punishment for punishment's sake. Exactly what that will be and how long it will last, we don't know. Will hell for some people last 10 minutes or till 10 million years? We don't know. But this we do know. Hell will not last for eternity. It will not be endless. Don't sin. Be reunited with God now, rather than after you have put yourself and all those you love through hell. So basically, what Bishop Carlton Pearson was saying was that, this idea that if you, let's say for instance, if you cheat in your marriage, that you're going to burn in hell forever for cheating in your marriage. He's saying that you're going to experience that hell here on earth, that you're going to experience the results of that right here on earth. Now, after death, will it be some type of punishment, and how long and everything? He's saying we don't know. But he's saying that that he does not believe, his teachings, that it will be an eternal damnation to hell, burning in hell forever. And that is the teaching. Hey, Tracy Whitehood, thank you for coming in. And that is the teaching of Carlton Pearson. Now, what does Carlton Pearson mean to me? I spent many years in church. My family started going to church my dad started going when I was 14 years old and dedicated his life when I was about 14, 15 years old. My mom, maybe a year or so after that. And of course, so that means in our home, we went to church, and it was traditional type church, where they taught traditionally, the thou shall not, the 10 commandments and things like that. And they taught about hell. They even sang a song, and I often say it over here, a song that I remember that they would sing in the church that we went to was, "You can't hide." This is the lyrics of the song. "You can't hide, you can't hide, you can't hide because you don't know how. God's got your number. He knows where you live, and death's got a warrant on you." I always had a problem with Christianity or spirituality being, I'm going to scare you into loving God. I'm going to scare you into it. And we should have reverence for God, but the reverence shouldn't be, I love you because I'm scared of you. I believe the reverence should be of respect and understanding his power and his wonders and who he is. Hey, conscious, excuse me, there we go again. Hey, Captivating TV, thank you for coming in. So it should be based on who is the respect of knowing his power and who he is to us and how good he is to us, that reverence. So that to me is where the reverence come in. But just scared, but being a Christian because you're scared of going to hell, I don't think that's relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody and they're just in a relationship because they're scared of me. I want them to be in a relationship because they love me. I want them to be in a relationship with me because they respect me. I want them to be in a relationship with me because they have faith in me. So I can't imagine God wanting us to be in a relationship with him just because we're afraid of him. And so, when my parents we started going to church more often in my very early teenage years. Besides the fact that I was a teenager and just didn't want to be there, that was some of my issues with it. But you just go along. Hey, Amor Dior, thank you for coming in. But you just go along with it because, and I'm very thankful for my foundation. I wouldn't take that away. That was how I began. But as the years go by, you kind of question things, and then you're taught not to question. You ain't supposed to question. So you just kind of finding your way in your faith walk. And that's what I was doing, just finding my own way in my faith walk. And it took many different turns and dips and ups and downs. And one thing, this is why I love this man. When he gave up everything, because he had to know somewhere in his mind, Carlton Pearson is not. He is not, because he's still with us. He might be transitioning, but he's still with us right now. He is, and his teachings will forever be with us. He is not an unintelligent man at all. He understands how the church works too. Not only is he intelligent in the natural, I believe him to be intelligent in the spiritual. And Bishop Carlton has a very high IQ. And he had to have known that the response from the church, especially him being around the culture church, wasn't going to be that great. It was going to he probably was going to lose some folk to come out with this, what he felt like was his truth. It had to be a hard thing, but he risked it all. I believe even probably his marriage probably suffered because of it, because of the pressures and all the stress from it. But he risked it all to tell what he believed to be his truth. I don't believe, as we've been taught in church all our lives, that a person, because he drank too much or she drank too much, because she may have become addicted to a drug or something, is going to spend eternal death and eternal hell. Or because people, like when this first came to him, he was watching this show on genocide in Rwanda, and it was like non-Christians are going to hell. What about people where Christianity is not taught in the way that it's taught here keep in mind, in the way that it's taught here in the United States? What about those people? What about those people? So I respect him for his honesty and for his boldness and for his love for people to say, hey, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And it caused me to walk in freedom and liberty to say, I'm going to stop doing these thou shall not, because of fear and because man told me to and because of church rules. And I'm going to lose. Hey, Lady Dimples, thank you for coming in. And I'm going to live my true, authentic self. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? One of the things it caused me to do was, say, hey, I don't want to be married. I did it because the church said so. It's better to marry than to burn. And I'm glad I did. I don't regret it. I got 3 kids and now a grandchild out of it. But I was like, I don't like him. I don't love him like that. He's still cute now. I like men, but I don't like him. I don't like him. Not like the not romantic. I'm not in love with him. It brought a liberty to where I can love God, but I can love God and say, you know what? I'm doing all this stuff because of what man think, and God sees, and God see me. Thank you, Lady Dimples. And God see me, and God knows me. My every thought, my every walk. He knows my thought before I have the thought. So why am I trying to do all? So that's when I said, you know what? I don't like going to church every Sunday. I want to watch from home. And I did that. I like to go dancing. I'm going to go dancing because I've always, hey, what was said? Oh, God, I like dancing. I'm going to go dance. You know, some things, habits I picked up, I need to put them on back down. I will admit. But I'm just saying that I feel like now I'm more honest than I was before. I'm more honest than I was before. Let's look at this one more time and then I'm going to move on.
Consciousness away. Me in with this one last thing that'll make some of you uncomfortable. You'll never really know that you're free from sin till you actually know that you're free to sin and still be loved by God and redeemed by Christ. For where sin abounds, grace abounds all the more. You can't out-sin God's grace. The more you sin, the more there's grace. Some of y'all say, well, now you just giving people license to sin. Y'all sinning without license. You didn't take no class and get ordained to sin. Sin is just an inappropriate response to a legitimate need.
It's just an inappropriate response to a legitimate need. It's almost human. Jesus had to come down the cross because none of us live any of the Old Testaments. Thou shallest not. This is one of the messages when he came out of the hospital that I also want to share. It's been shared before, but I want to share it again today.
And of truth and about truth and expanded consciousness and radical inclusion, growth, expansion, imagination, creation, co-creation, procreation, recreation. Thanks for being my friend. I mean that at a level that I never have said it to you before. During this period, the last several weeks that I've been experiencing this special treatment, you showed a side of you. Just in your there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments. I read as many as I can, and I'll continue to. They're just so heartwarming, and you made me value my life more and my participation in life with you, and that we're engaging together continually. Madge has been posting some things to make you aware of a lot of this, and we'll continue to do that. Next Tuesday, Dr. Michael Beckwith will be my guest, and others will come on from time to time. And I'll be back when I can. In the meantime, I'll be doing things like this to talk about we must all live, we must all die, we must all live until we die. And then we'll live again. 20 years I've been dealing with cancer and survived it. I'm a 20-year survivor, almost 21 years of cancer. And so this is another reoccurrence, and a reappearance, and I'm just as cool about it now as I ever was, or as I was before. We're in this together. We're believing for the best.
So that was a message he did a few months ago. I'm going to come back to that one. So more recently, on October 29th, this was from his family. To all of you who love Carlton as a friend, teacher, mentor, pastor, and bishop, our dear Carlton was diagnosed with cancer in 2001 and was declared cancer-free shortly thereafter. Just recently, the cancer has returned and been a significant challenge, especially in the last 120 days. Since the last post, we wanted you to be among the first to know that he, as a family, we have invited Comfort Care on our team in the critical time. We have prayerfully and intentionally walked this journey with him as we all face mortality. He is in good spirits and indeed a tough human being to be yet holding on. Thanks for your continued prayers and love. Many of you have asked, how can you support Bishop and his family? First, please continue to pray. Carlton had asked the people, pray that he would live out the full number of his days. We agree with him, as well as if you like to continue to support Bishop financially, you can send gifts to his Cash App, $New Dimensions 2. At this time, we are not scheduling visits. Please honor our request for privacy during this intimate time as we adjust. Thank you for your sensitivity. May we all do as he has taught us. We must make the change, manage the change, and ultimately master the change. All love and prayers. More recent video, and hopefully this is the actual video. Hopefully.
Here we go. To my beloved weekly streaming consciousness friends, fans, partners, whatever, followers, I love you. I cherish you. I respect you, honor you, have needed you all along to be the audience to let me sound off on. I've done a lot of thinking out loud, and you've eavesdropped on a lot of it. But I knew you were there, and I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for all your giving, all your loving, all your generosity, all of your expressions of concern, care, compassion, sometimes sympathy. It's all been there. And you've all inaugurated it on your own. So this will be probably one of the last times you'll see me like this. As I may be closing some things out. But I'll never close you out in consciousness. I'll never stop thinking of who you are and why you are and how somehow we were divinely drawn together in this divine intersection of lives. But I feel you, and I hope you feel me, even when I'm in heaven or on the other side or the other iteration. I'll be thinking of you. I'll be thinking of you, thinking of you. That's an old Andre Crouch song. And I think he meant it from his heart, and I know I mean it from mine. So stay faithful, stay focused, stay committed. Keep looking up and looking out. And my mom, dad says stay prayerful and stay prayerful. What do they say? Say, be careful and prayerful is what they used to say. They still say, Mama says, she was here tonight, here in my hospice room. Stay prayerful and stay careful. And the Lord bless you and the Lord be with you. It's been great talking to you. Some of you have been here the whole 15 years or so since Chicago, since I started going on. Others of you were new and you're going to go, oh. But there's a lot of tremendous men and women that I've encountered who are going to be speaking on this program. Malachi will be hosting some of them, carrying on the work, bringing in more exciting things. And we'll grow. We got to grow. We got to keep on growing because that's what we're called to do. All right. I'm a little exhausted, but know that I love you and wanted you to hear from my own voice how deeply appreciative I am of who you are and that you are. Peace and blessing.
Can you imagine having that much faith, being at peace like that, in days that you're knowing that you're about to cross over, that your life is about to end, and none of us know when we're leaving here. Nobody knows. No, we don't know, but to be told by doctors that that you're coming to the end, and still to be able to teach and speak on God and encourage people and smile. Even try to, well, he did sing. He didn't try to do anything. Bishop Carlton Pearson, he did it. And to do that is just it's so beautiful. So before I left, I wanted to play one of, because as y'all know, and we're gonna do him doing a little dance last, but as y'all know, he was a singer also, so I want to play this also.
Jesus, hey, wasn't saying a lot of words, just That's where prayer meetings are. Yeah, all things really do work together. Oh Lord, Jesus, hey, wasn't saying a lot of words, just That's where prayer meetings are. Yeah, all things really do work together.
He said that's what prayer means, Zion. That's my grandson's name, Zion. Tracy Whitehead said, "This is why relationship is most important. You stay in peace." Amen. And that's pretty much where I went from. I went from, like I said, the foundation that my parents gave me, making me go to church, and learning through the church who God was, them teaching God and getting acquainted with the Bible and praying and all the practices of Christianity, to actually forming my own honest relationship with him, which is so personal. It's not secretive, but it's just personal. And the reason why I say it's personal is because it's not determined by anybody else, but just me and him, me and God. And it makes it so much better. So much better. Now, this is one of my favorite videos because this is who Bishop Carlton is, honey. He likes to have a good time. He likes to teach. He likes to dance. So this is the song that he was singing by Andre. Carlton Pearson loves some Andre Crouch, but this is the song that he was singing. So, praying for his family, praying for him too. Although, it seems like Bishop is at peace with what's happening. Sometimes family members get ready. Really they're waiting for their family to be ready. But praying that he did ask for us to pray that he live out his number of days. That he live out his full number of days. So in agreement with him, I'm praying that he live out his full number of days. And I'm praying that his family, that God give them strength and peace as they work through this, watching him wherever it is that God is taking him through, and wherever God is taking him to. Thank y'all so much for coming in and sharing this with me. I love Bishop Carlton Pearson and what he represents and what he teaches. I just do. So I appreciate y'all coming in and sharing this with me. What was said says, man, this hurt. He is such a beautiful human. He truly sacrificed his life and name to share what God. I'm sorry, I gotta Okay. To share what God gave him. I agree with what was said. He did. He gave up everything. He gave up everything to do that. So thank y'all. I got to run to my next appointment now. I appreciate y'all coming in and sharing. Thank you so much. Thank you, moderator, for coming. Thank you, T. Trisha, for coming in, and Captivating Christian, and just everybody. Tracy Whitehead, Captivating TV, Amore, Lady Dimples, what was said. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. If I miss anybody, forgive me. Thank y'all for coming in and sharing with me today. Y'all have a good day. Be safe.